In recent days, both Tyson Fury and his dad John have insinuated that Turki Al-Sheikh rigged the judges in Alexander Usyk's favor in the two fights they had. Now, the obvious problem with this suggestion, of course, is that there was absolutely nothing wrong with the result in those two fights. Alexander Usyk won legitimately, and this is corroborated not only by the punch stats from two independent companies, Jabber and CompuBox, but also corroborated by the eyes of the majority of fans, including Tyson Fury's own brother, Shane Fury. He had Alexander Usyk winning. So any notion that Turki rigged the judges in Usyk's favor is just ridiculous. But I do suspect that Tyson Fury genuinely feels betrayed by Turki, feels like Turki played him. And the reason I say this is because in the run-up to the first Usyk fight, Turki said publicly that he was hoping for a Tyson Fury win. He said that Tyson Fury is his favorite fighter. Fury, by all accounts, was wined and dined by Turki. And I was concerned about this at the time. Pretty much the entire boxing industry was desperate for a Fury win. The media, the television companies, and so on, because it set up a massive, lucrative Anthony Joshua fight. And so I thought that maybe Turki was just getting pulled into all that. And the key thing is, perhaps Tyson Fury thought that as well. Because of how well he was treated by Turki, because of the fact that Turki was openly saying he wanted Fury to win, openly saying that Fury was his favorite fighter, maybe Fury started thinking that the judges might be rigged, but not in Alexander Usyk's favor, but in his own favor, in favor of the Gypsy King. Now, I'm not saying that Turki would have told him that such a thing would happen, but again, maybe through how nice Turki was being to him, Tyson Fury jumped to that conclusion. And maybe Turki wanted him to jump to that conclusion. Why would he do that, you ask? Well, because Tyson Fury back in 2020 did an interview, it's still up online. I've shown a screenshot of it before in previous videos. He did an interview in 2020 where he explicitly stated that he has no interest whatsoever in fighting Alexander Usyk, even if he beats Anthony Joshua. He said Usyk is not a commercial draw. So Fury was preparing his excuses as early as 2020 for avoiding the Usyk fight. And so when Usyk did beat Anthony Joshua, that's exactly what Tyson Fury started doing, avoiding the fight. He quote unquote retired. You guys remember that? He started saying he needs $500 million to come out of retirement and fight Alexander Usyk. It will be very costly. You remember all that carry on? Then there were failed negotiations where Fury kept moving the goalposts at every stage, doing his best to make sure the fight wouldn't happen. Now, I don't think Turki Al-Sheikh was involved at that point. I think it was still Prince Khalid and Skill Challenge. But I'm sure Turki would have been privy to how difficult it was dealing with Tyson Fury. I'm sure he would have known that Fury really wasn't keen on this Usyk fight. And so perhaps that's why Turki was brought in. Maybe he's a better negotiator. Maybe he's a more shrewd operator and he knows what to say to people in order to get them to sign contracts. Maybe he knows how to sweet them up. Obviously, they paid Tyson Fury an awful lot of money, but on top of that, maybe they gave Tyson Fury certain assurances or made him feel like there will be certain assurances. Now, if you remember, when Tyson Fury pulled out before the original date of the first fight, again, Turki was doing this live call on video with Fury next to him, talking about how much he loves Fury and this, that, and the other. And on the other end of the call was Usyk and his manager Klimas. And Turki again was making out as though he was very much in the Fury corner, pulling for him. Maybe Turki felt like that's what he needed to do in order to get Tyson Fury in the ring. Maybe he was suspicious about that cut. When they rescheduled the fight, a couple of weeks prior, they had this bizarre press conference in Morecambe where Tyson Fury lives, which Usyk, of course, didn't attend. It was a press conference that was announced spare of the moment. It was very strange, but it would seem as though the purpose of it was to assure the public that Tyson Fury was actually going to turn up. Because the guy's got a long history of lying, avoiding fights, pulling out of fights, and he'd already pulled out of the Usyk fight once. And of course, avoided it previously for 2 years. So maybe the Saudis insisted on Tyson Fury doing that press conference. And of course, another thing that was in place is if Fury had pulled out, or even if Usyk had pulled out, there'll be a $10 million fine. And interestingly, John Fury, in recent days, has revealed that he was advising Tyson Fury to take the fine and pull out. That's the Furies for you. But again, Turki appeared to put his arm around him and reassure Tyson Fury that everything was going to be fine. He's going to get this massive payday. I'm rooting for you to win. I want you to win. You're my favorite fighter. All this type of stuff. Maybe Fury's thinking, I'll be okay. Turki's got my back. You see, the Furies understand boxing politics. They've had a decision go their way in the past, which they didn't deserve in the first John McDermott fight. So perhaps Tyson Fury and John felt like they'd be looked after in that way again against Alexander Usyk. So when Usyk got the decision in that first fight, it might have been a genuine shock to Tyson Fury and John. Not because it was a bad decision, but perhaps because it was a fair decision in Usyk's favor. Maybe they didn't reckon for that. Also, with Tyson Fury's recent attitude and, again, this insinuation that Turkey had something to do with the way the Usyk fights were scored, you've had Fury coming out saying he's retired forever, he's never coming back. Maybe this is all a negotiation tactic to squeeze as much money out of Turkey as possible. Not just for the risk of fighting whoever, Anthony Joshua or you name the opponent, but also perhaps a form of compensation maybe for what he might see as a betrayal. Tyson Fury at this stage is a diva. He feels very entitled. Do you know what I mean? All I can say is I applaud and commend Turki Al-Sheikh for doing whatever it took to get Tyson Fury in the ring against Usyk, because without Turki, those fights simply never would have happened. Fury wouldn't have allowed them to happen. He would have just continued to kick the can down the road and blag his way through, hoping that somebody would beat Usyk so he could then point from the sidelines and say, "See, I told you he was rubbish. And you guys thought you could beat the Gypsy King? Ha ha ha." Yeah, that's Tyson Fury for you. Maybe Turkey outsmarted him, and that's why Tyson Fury's so bitter. And again, maybe that's what Fury is alluding to in these recent videos. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Leave me yours in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Are you surrounded by mindless bots in human form who adhere to the norm and blindly conform? Who swallow all the mainstream BS and actually ridicule you for questioning things? Do you wish you had more free-thinking individuals in your life to network and converse with? Well, look no further. We're right here. Come and join the Brotherhood of Reason on Patreon. You'll gain access to my weekly topical content where we take deep dives on an endless variety of subjects, as well as my vast back catalogue of podcasts, videos, interviews, movie decodings, and my Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You'll also get to talk and network with myself and hundreds of other people in our members chat. You can enjoy all this via the Patreon app or on desktop and download all my podcasts in high quality MP3. There's no contract, no commitment. You can cancel at any time, just like Netflix, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper. Just download the app from the Play Store or the App Store, or simply visit patreon.com on a web browser. Then head on over to my page and select the tier called the Brotherhood of Reason. All the links are in the description box below. And just a quick money-saving tip for Apple users. If you purchase your Patreon subscription on the desktop site or on Android, then you'll avoid the ridiculous 30% fee that Apple charges for purchases made on the iOS app. So if you're on iPhone or iPad, save yourself some money by buying your subscription on the actual Patreon website or on Android, because it's a lot cheaper. Once you've made that initial purchase, you can then use the Patreon app on your iPhone or iPad thereafter to access and enjoy your content as normal.